What is up, gang? Thank you for checking out Sledgehammer TV today. SummerSlam is finally here. It is coming to us this Sunday night right here in New York City, just a few miles away in Brooklyn at the Barclays, and we are here to bring the hammer down on it with our official preview and prediction show right here and right now on the newest, fastest rising podcast in all of YouTube, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Spotify, and oh yeah, Podbean. Take it like a man. It's the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. Let the hammer start to fall. Let's do this.
Sledgehammer Wrestling Show.
All right, wrestling fans, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Nick Nightmare. Along with me, as always, is the world's greatest tag team, Thor the Sledgehammer, the wrestling god of thunder, and the official sledgehammer of the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. My little buddy, my most trusted companion, and the world heavyweight champion of all the microphones in the whole entire universe, Mr. Blue the Snowball. Thank you guys for checking out the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show's SummerSlam preview and predictions today. 30 years ago, 1988 was the year. I was only a 10-year-old little nugget of a man, little child, right? And SummerSlam came to us from New York City at the hallowed halls of Madison Square Garden. And the main event that night was Hollywood. Hulk Hogan, he wasn't Hollywood yet, we all know that. Hulkamania was in full effect back then. But he was being teamed with the Macho Man, ooh yeah, Randy Savage. And they were taking on the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, and the eighth wonder of the world, Andre the Giant. They dubbed this match the Mega Powers versus the Mega Bucks. But this year, our main event has no mega power, is worth no mega bucks. It actually just mega sucks. And that's why we are here, to bring the hammer down on the event during our SummerSlam Spectacular. That's not even a real word, but we're going to go with it. You guys need to do what you got to do, and you know what that is. Hit that subscribe button right now. Get this video to 1,000 subs and beyond before we hit this piece of trash pay-per-view and get the review done on Sunday for you guys, because SummerSlam is not what you think it is. You could look up and down these 14 ridiculous matchups. Alright, I won't say 14, maybe like 12 ridiculous matchups. There are 2 matches on this card, 2, that I am truly looking forward to seeing on this night. But why so much? It's too much. 14 matches, even if you come at me with 14 of the greatest matches, best pairings you could ever come up with. Bring in Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. Bring in anybody you want from Impact Wrestling. Bring the Impact Champion Austin Aries in there. Bring everybody down from House of Glory. Do whatever the hell you want to do. It's too much. 14 is too much. WrestleMania 34 had 14 matchups, including the 3 matchups on the pre-show. And by the time it was over, I thought I was in a coma. I wanted to kill myself with the amount of wrestling we had to endure that night. It's almost unfair to ask anybody to sit down and do something for 7.5 to 8 hours. Your workday is 7.5 to 8 hours. You don't want to be there all that time. You know, as you're starting to hit that 5th hour, 6th hour, you're looking at the clock. When is this thing going to be over? I just want to go and relax and go do something else right now. I don't want to be here doing this. And every minute closer to the end of that 8 hours, you're just praying for it. We don't even get an hour lunch in between. At least at work you get a lunch break. Where's our lunch break here? It's not fair to the fans. Way too much to expect us, especially when you give us garbage like you put together for this SummerSlam card. Absolutely unbelievable. Let's get started because we got a lot to talk about thanks to the WWE's overbooking of SummerSlam. So let's get started with this card. And we are going to start where they're going to start, kicking things off with the pre-show, the kickoff show, which is going to feature 3 matchups, the first of which is going to be the Cruiserweight Championship match. Cedric Alexander, the Cruiserweight Champion, going one-on-one against Drew Gulak. We are also going to see the Raw Tag Team Championships be defended. The B-Team, the ridiculous joke of a Tag Team Championship duo, is going to take on the formidable tag team of the Revival. And if the Revival does finally win their first ever main roster Tag Team Championships, and it takes place on the pre-show, it's going to be very disappointing, at least to me. Also on the pre-show, we are going to have the mixed tag team matchup that people were probably getting interested in and most likely deserves to be on the main card. Rusev Day being pushed to the pre-show with his lovely wife Lana, who can't wrestle a lick, going up against Zelina Vega and Andrade Cien Almas. I am very much looking forward to seeing Rusev and Almas in the ring again, but the WWE put this match on the backs of the ladies. As you can see in the picture that you're looking at right now, they are front and center, and this mixed tag team matchup is all about them. And Rusev and Almas are left in the backdrop when this is who it should be focused around. But this is typical WWE stuff. I expect this from them. I don't expect to see Lana and Rusev win. I am expecting to see Vega and Almas take this matchup. Not that it means a goddamn thing, especially being put on the pre-show. It means absolutely nothing. Something else that's going to mean absolutely nothing is Elias's SummerSlam appearance. Apparently, he's not being booked in a match. He's going to sing the greatest song he's ever written. And unless you're a complete idiot and haven't been watching the show, you know for a fact Bobby Lashley is going to come out and ruin this whole thing for Elias and for the rest of us and just make this an absolute unnecessary segment, a repeat of everything we have been seeing on Monday Night Raw. That's my predictions for Elias's greatest song ever written. It's going to just be a way too long segment for SummerSlam. Another unnecessary thing going down, Baron Corbin versus Finn Balor. For no reason. There is nothing at stake except personal pride. Finn Balor being picked on because he's a little guy. Nobody gives a shit about Smiley Happy Finn versus the Constable. More like the constipated Baron Corbin. This match doesn't matter. Who wins, who loses, who cares? Let's move on to the Money in the Bank being at stake as Kevin Owens is going to take on the Monster in the Bank, Braun Strowman. And if Kevin Owens wins in any fashion via DQ, count out, for whatever reason, if Kevin Owens wins this matchup, he will be awarded the Money in the Bank briefcase. Ladies and gentlemen, do not expect that to happen. This is a red herring match to make you guys think Braun Strowman's night is over before he hopefully shows up to save us from the main event, which we will get to, of course, at the end of this list. We have the United States Championship being defended as Jeff Hardy is trying to wrestle his title out of the arms of Shinsuke Nakamura, and this match is going to be only about if and when Randy Orton will strike with an RKO out of nowhere and cost Jeff Hardy his matchup and his shot at the championship on the big stage of SummerSlam, accelerating their rivalry a little further and allowing Shinsuke Nakamura to retain the United States Championship. After this, let's talk about some more SmackDown Championships as the SmackDown Live Women's Championship will be on the line in a triple threat match. Carmella is trash, taking on Robo Charlotte and my personal favorite, Becky Lynch Straight Fire, who is my pick to win this match by hook or by crook. Whether they turn her babyface or heel or whatever their plans are for Becky following this, I don't care. I just want to see Becky Lynch at the top of the division. She is the best wrestler in the ring on this night and on most nights on SmackDown Live. She's the first SmackDown Live Women's Champion. She hasn't had a shot at it legitimately since then. This is the first chance for her to get it back. I say they do so. And I say they even have her pin Charlotte to do so. And then you have an interesting story to play out coming out of SummerSlam. So my pick to win this thing is Becky Lynch. We go down the championship road even further with the Intercontinental Championship match. Dolph Ziggler, our Intercontinental Champion, going up against Seth Rollins, and I would say one-on-one, but as of last Monday night, that is not the case, as Dolph Ziggler has Drew McIntyre, the 7-foot psychopath, in tow, but Rollins has a psychopath of his own in the form of the Lunatic Fringe, coming back looking bigger and better than ever. He don't look like you see him here. They didn't update the picture, obviously, but Dean Ambrose looks great, and if this match does not end with a turn on Seth Rollins by Dean Ambrose, I will be very disappointed. I foresee that happening, and Dolph Ziggler retaining his Intercontinental Championship. The Smackdown Live Tag Team Championships are up for grabs on this night, as the Bludgeon Brothers are going to be taking on the New Day in what I am deeming a snoozer of a match. I have all the respect in the world for the New Day. They do not need to be in a championship match at SummerSlam. I would have been much more interested in seeing the Bludgeon Brothers versus literally anybody else. They could have did Sheamus and Cesaro. It would have been far more interesting. I just am done with the New Day as champions, and it just seems like a wasted spot. But I don't think the New Day are going to come out on top, as the Bludgeon Brothers have really yet to let this tag team championship run develop into anything worth a damn, and a win over the New Day will kind of do just that and sort of solidify them on top, and that is what I expect to happen this Sunday. The Raw Women's Championship is up for grabs, as we have Little Miss Bliss, 5 Feet of Fury, Alexa Bliss, taking on the baddest woman on the planet, Rowdy Ronda Rousey. And if this match is anything short of a 2 to 3 minute complete evisceration of Alexa Bliss, then it is the most unrealistic match in WWE history. Ronda Rousey in the women's division should be booked very similar to the way Brock Lesnar has been booked. It is unprecedented. It will be never before seen type stuff. It will make Ronda Rousey be absolutely feared. Alexa Bliss, I wouldn't call her a credible opponent. She doesn't really do much in the ring, so it would make sense for this to be short and sweet. And that's what I think is going to happen, and we will see the UFC Women's Champion, former Women's Champion, get her first taste of gold in the WWE. A matchup that is not about gold whatsoever, but is gold itself, is Daniel Bryan versus The Miz in this 8-year-long rivalry that is seemingly culminating at this year's SummerSlam. I definitely hope that's not the case and that plans are in place for this to go further and further. The build for this has been perfect. It is one of the 2 matchups on this night I am absolutely looking forward to watching, and I'm hoping that The Miz gets the win in this scenario, only because it makes more sense for the future to have a Daniel Bryan continue to just come up short until finally somewhere down the line, maybe at WrestleMania, he gets his comeuppance on The Miz, maybe with the World Heavyweight Championship at stake, which is where I hope this thing goes if Daniel Bryan sticks around. But I'm seeing in the future The Miz more than likely coming out on top here. The second match of the night that I am very much looking forward to, AJ Styles, our phenomenal heavyweight champion, going up against the Samoan submission machine, the right hand of destruction, the destroyer Samoa Joe. It's going to be the best match of the night if they are allowed by the WWE to have more than 10 minutes and let the handcuffs come off and let these guys do something special at SummerSlam. Don't give this the AJ versus Shinsuke WrestleMania treatment. Don't treat this as something that it is not. This is not a one and done. This is a long-term story waiting to develop, and that is what I want to see. I want to see AJ Styles retain his championship. I don't foresee Vince McMahon taking it away from him, especially to give it to Joe, although I wouldn't mind if Joe won either way, but I'm going with my official pick being AJ Styles, and I am also picking this to be the match that probably steals the show. Which leads us to the match nobody wants to see because we've seen it 100 times already. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal title. And what can I say about this match that has not already been said by almost everybody that you could listen to that has a podcast? If you're excited about this match, then you are probably among the thousands of fans that are looking forward to a Braun Strowman cash-in. Many of the people in the know and in the business and in the industry that I listen to on a daily basis are claiming that Braun Strowman's cash-in might not happen until the night after SummerSlam. To which case I say, bullshit. Do not do that. Because regardless who wins this one-on-one encounter, you are going to leave Brooklyn, New York, seethingly angry. That's not something that I think you would want to portray. Nobody wants to see Brock as the champion anymore. Nobody for the last 4 years has wanted to see anything to do with the push of Roman Reigns to the top. And the whole world is awaiting this cash-in. If they don't deliver on this night, it's just going to give all of us a 24-hour news cycle to lose our absolute minds. And I do not want to see this match end without a Money in the Bank contract cashing in. Even if they were stupid enough to take it from Braun Strowman and give it to Kevin Owens needs to end SummerSlam holding the WWE Universal Championship. End of story. The Roman experiment needs to come to an end. It's not an experiment anymore. It's just a full-on failure. Brock Lesnar is everything Paul Heyman said a couple of weeks ago. He is the worst champion of all time. I'm sorry, Kurt Angle said he's the worst WWE champion of all time. Not because he's not qualified, not because he doesn't have enough muscles, but because he's not around. Back in the day, we wanted to start this show talking about 1988 and SummerSlam. Back then, Hulk Hogan wasn't on every show. You know, we didn't even have a Monday Night Raw yet back then. But when we watched Superstars and all the WWE programming that we got to watch as kids, did we always see Hulk Hogan? No. Did we always see every champion all the time? No. And it made SummerSlam special because you knew you were going to see the champ. And everything that they've been building towards is going to culminate. And it made the big events feel special. Saturday night's main event was special. Every time they did these things were special. There is no specialness in Brock Lesnar being gone because he doesn't come back. You can't just come back for WrestleMania and SummerSlam when there's a pay-per-view every month. You have more than enough viable competition. And the WWE just wants to keep throwing Roman Reigns at him. There's a million other ways they could have gone about this, but it comes off as Brock being a self-entitled, pampered, lazy bastard. That's not who he is. That's who he's being painted as. You think he wants to sit home and hear all of us talk shit about him? Everybody's starting to turn against him? I'm sure he don't really give a shit one way or the other, but you don't think it bothers him? You think he really wants to be having this match again tonight, Sunday night with Roman Reigns? He doesn't want this any more than we do. I'm willing to bet Roman doesn't want this anymore. He's probably ready to hang up the vest and tell Vince, please, let's do something fucking different, bro. I'm tired of getting booed out of the building. I'm tired of getting shit on social media. I'm tired of everybody tearing me apart. But that's not what we're going to get. We're getting Brock versus Roman. Once again, do you give a shit? No. Do I give a shit? No. All we care about is when that match ends, or at some point during that match, when we hear Braun. Then SummerSlam will be saved. Or at least that one match will be saved. The WWE was so stupid that they had a beautiful little carrot to dangle in front of us. Big dumbass horses, wrestling fans we are, right? They had this carrot, and there it was. Paul Heyman threw out the possibility of him being Roman Reigns' manager and helping him defeat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. And you couldn't leave that carrot dangling. You had to whip it away from us and then hit us in the ass with it. Nah, you ain't getting that. No reason to be excited for SummerSlam. Everything's going to remain the same. You had a perfect cliffhanger, as we talked about on the Monday Night Raw review. Perfect! You took it away for what? For what? Imagine how much more interested we would have all been if Brock Lesnar was himself unsure if Paul Heyman was going to help him or help Roman out. Only to have him reveal in the end that this was all a big scam to begin with. It was all a ruse put together by him and Brock to make Roman think he had a chance. Would have been better than just now this straightforward match. Heyman's going to come out. My name is Paul Heyman. And we're going to hear the whole shit. And it's going to be completely the same as every other main event we've seen these two idiots in. Which one of them was good? I don't remember. WrestleMania? WrestleMania 31? Whatever it was. I didn't find that good. I felt the same way then as I feel right now. As all night long during that match, all I wanted to see was Seth Rollins come out. And I'm in the same position 3 years later at a SummerSlam, where I just want to see somebody cash in on that match and get that belt back on the show and around the waist of someone who the fans want to see as champion. Someone the fans can get behind as champion. Not this. And not that. Definitely not that. Who's not on the show? We get to see Elias sing a song, right? We're going to see Bobby Lashley come out. We're going to see Jeff Hardy versus Shinsuke Nakamura again. We are going to see Corbin versus Balor. Unnecessary. But we don't get to see Matt Hardy. We don't get to see Bray Wyatt. We don't get to see Bobby Roode. Not that we really want to, the way they've been booking him anyway. We don't have Sheamus or Cesaro on the show. We don't have the Usos on the show. Naomi, Asuka, Sasha, Bayley. How can you have SummerSlam without the Boston... I'm sorry. I keep trying. I promise you guys one day I'm going to get it out. Let's try again. The Boston... Oh, God. I'm sorry, you guys. I apologize. I just can't say the Boston... Connection. Sasha and Bayley. How can we have a SummerSlam without Sasha and Bayley? Sasha and Bayley put the NXT TakeOver pay-per-view on the map during SummerSlam weekend in Brooklyn. They can't even get on the SummerSlam card. One of the only actual stories they were trying to tell, poorly and failed at telling, but they were trying to tell a story and build towards something, and now we are at one of the big pay-per-views of the year, and Sasha Banks and Bayley can't even make the main card. Can't even make the pre-show. But I get to see the B team. Right? Sasha and Bayley should have been called the B team, not the Boston... Damn it. I'll get it one day. I'm telling you. There's so much that sucks about this show. Literally, like I told you guys, just 2 matches. This is a 2-match pay-per-view for me. And I don't expect AJ and Joe to even really be any good. I was just trying to, while we were doing the rundown, I was trying to be positive, as is what I like to do. I like to try to be positive. But we're talking about the WWE. They don't want anything to outshine their plans. I believe AJ and Joe probably won't even go 10 minutes. If it goes over that, I will definitely be surprised. And if it does go over that, we're probably going to be getting a good match, so I'll really be surprised. Daniel Bryan and The Miz. Is it happening too soon? Probably not, as long as it continues to happen. This could be another stop on this road for them, which has been great. The way they showed everything on SmackDown Live this past week. The 3-part expose on The Miz and Daniel Bryan's long-term feud. This could just be the next stop. Why does it have to end? It's the most compelling thing on SmackDown Live. Featuring 2 of the biggest names in all of wrestling. Suck it up, Miz haters. He's one of the biggest names in wrestling. Doesn't mean he's that good. I'm not saying he's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. But what the man says is true. He's rarely been injured, if ever. He's never injured anybody else. He has a safe style because he wants to be wrestling forever. I can respect that. Especially when the guy's an 8-time Intercontinental Champion. This matchup is only missing that championship title. Imagine this was all being built exactly the way it was, and the championship was at stake. That's magic. That's what WrestleMania was all about. WrestleMania 30, the Yes Movement. You can do that again. The Miz needs to win at SummerSlam. Continue to dig at Daniel Bryan throughout the year. The Miz wins the championship from AJ Styles, maybe, at Survivor Series. Daniel Bryan wins the Royal Rumble after months of continuously losing and struggling. And then you got it. Miz versus Bryan. WrestleMania 35. Right back here in New York City. Magical. You know what isn't magical? The New Day with their pancakes and their rainbows. Nothing magical about it. If the New Day win, it's just... I don't even know what I'm going to say. I'm probably just going to laugh about it. Maybe I'll eat a plate full of pancakes for you guys to make me eat my words. Because I know there are some of you guys out there that are big New Day guys. And you need to understand, I love the New Day. I don't want to see them as my champions anymore. They are bigger than that. Why would you not want something more for the New Day? Why do you want the same shit? Why can't we see Big E in the running for the World Heavyweight Championship? Why can't we see Xavier Woods running around with the United States Championship? Let's see Woods versus Nakamura. Xavier Woods is a great fucking wrestler. You don't think that match will tear it down? I certainly do. Kofi Kingston. Why can't he be the United States Champion? You're insistent on having them be the tag team champions. Fine, at least let the other guy do something else. Let's change it up. Keep it fresh. If you're a real fan of the New Day, why wouldn't you want that? Why wouldn't you want to see Big E in a bigger, more highlighted, prominent role? Wrestling in AJ Styles for the Heavyweight Championship. Or wrestling The Miz for the Heavyweight Championship on a Smackdown Live. Well, that's something any real fan of them would want. To see any one of the three of them paired off and trying to get more gold to add to their legacy. That's what you should want for the New Day, not another tag team championship to throw pancakes at. Awful. Ronda Rousey and Alexa Bliss. Why do you give a shit about this match? Because of Ronda Rousey. Alexa Bliss has been one of the worst women's champions we have had on Monday Night Raw. And it's not her fault. Everybody calm down. Much like I am with the New Day, don't make me go over there and start pulling out my t-shirts. I got about 9 Alexa Bliss t-shirts. When she was hot as fire, I was right behind her. I love Alexa Bliss. I love the character. But what the WWE has done with her, giving her another championship run, putting her at the forefront of the Raw Women's Division again, continuing to have her have lackeys at her side, like Mickie James and the worthless Alicia Fox, just so that she could always have an advantage. It doesn't come off psychological when it's the only thing she does. Ric Flair is the greatest heel of all time. He didn't always come out there with Arn Anderson and the Horsemen. He went out there and had 60-minute classics with a Ricky Steamboat. Trish Stratus didn't always have backup with her. She used to have a ton of people that she used to walk around with. When she started wrestling, she didn't always come out there when she was hanging out with Jericho and Christian. She didn't have them out there doing their thing. She wasn't accompanied to the ring by anybody. Lita wasn't always out there with the Hardys when there was a women's match going on. She was out there doing her thing. Jeff and Matt were in the back. Why do we always have to have somebody at her side? Alexa Bliss, if you wanted to make her what you want us to perceive her as, she should have been tearing through the roster one woman at a time with good matchups. Have her win for real a few times, not always cheat to win, and you have a legit champion. This whole match is only to get the belt to Ronda Rousey. Why do you think that belt was not placed on a Sasha Banks or a Bayley during the Elimination Chamber for the women earlier in the year? because they signed Ronda Rousey and they had to shift gears because they're not going to put Sasha in that spot to be squashed by a Rousey. She probably wouldn't be able to come back from that. Bayley can't even get off the ground as she is. You're going to make her suffer and take the bump from Ronda Rousey? No. Alexa Bliss is an established commodity on Monday Night Raw. She can lose and it will affect her character zero. She's going to whine and complain about it. She's going to say management screwed her. She's going to do all the typical things that a heel would do, and it's going to be just fine. And Ronda Rousey will be our champion, and she'll be legit. But let's not forget this is Raw. How do you think they're going to book Ronda Rousey as the Raw Women's Champion? You think it's going to be intriguing television? Who's she going to go up against? Nia Jax? Nia Jax is a babyface. Why would they do that? They're friends. Who are they going to go up against? Natalya? You still going to go with that after everything Natty's going through this week? You can't bank on that. They've already had to change gears. That's why we got Alicia Fox running around. Mickie James ain't around in this thing no more. We had Ember Moon come out on Monday night and play the role of Natalya for Ronda Rousey. I said Mickie James. I meant to say Ember Moon. Don't even get me started. I already said my piece on the Smackdown Live Women's Championship. Nobody wants to see Carmella walk out of there with that thing. I don't even want to see Charlotte walk out of there with it. She's had her time. She's a Flair. She can wait. Let somebody else do something for once. And then feud with her. Make it interesting. Do the best friends go bad the right way, not the Raw way. Nothing else on this show really matters to me. We talked about all the things that are important. I gave you a little bit of my input on each one as we went down the match card. And I'm not looking forward to Sunday. Not at all. It's going to be a very long and difficult night for all of us to get through. Hopefully everything works out the way that I'm hoping for. This way it won't be as bad. But you can guarantee that I am going to be here for you guys Sunday night, bringing the hammer down on everything that they do to us, and I am not going to hold back. You see how mad I am during the pre-show? Alright? This is my pre-show. And I'm pissed off already. How do you think we're going to be at the end of this thing? They're just lucky that I recorded this thing earlier in the week. And I still have to go to House of Glory on Friday. That's going to calm me down. That's going to bring me back to my wrestling fan self. You missed the preview and predictions of that. That's live on the channel right now. Saturday, I'm going to be at the Barclays Center for the real biggest party of the summer in the WWE. As it does every year, NXT TakeOver Brooklyn is going to overshadow SummerSlam for the 4th year in a row from the exact same venue. And for the 2nd year in a row, this guy is going to be there. I love saying it. I've said it a bunch of times this week if you haven't heard. If you're sick of hearing me saying it, I'm sorry. It's just the way it is, man. I'm going to NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. Gonna be in the crowd. If you see me, shout me out, snapshot me, do whatever. I doubt that'll be a reality because I'm not really in prime TV seating, but you never know. If you see me in the shirt and or whatever, do the best you can to get it at me. And where can you get it at me? Social media, baby, you know it. At Nick Nightmare is the handle on Twitter. Make sure you're following me there on Twitter because all weekend long, as I'm doing my thing, I'm going to be tweeting and keeping you guys in the know, seeing what I'm up to. Facebook.com/The Sledgehammer Wrestling Show is the Facebook fan page. Make sure you guys are checking it out over there as well. Everything gets posted up there as soon as it gets done. If you're listening to us on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher Radio, or Spotify, if you were following us and subscribed to us on YouTube, you would have seen what you're listening to now probably a full day earlier. Because YouTube is the primary place to be for Sledgehammer TV. And while I do thank you guys for listening to us there, we are always first and premiere every single episode on our YouTube channel first, so make sure you are over there if you don't want to miss a thing. And if you are new to this channel and you are still here, we are 34 minutes into this piece of shit SummerSlam preview. The preview's not a piece of shit. SummerSlam's a piece of shit, just to clarify. Hit that motherfucking subscribe button right now. It's SummerSlam, bro. How could you still be sitting here and not go, oh, this guy is pretty cool? I'm still sitting here. I'm still watching. I loved all his graphic stuff. This guy takes shit seriously. He ain't no rinky-dink little fat guy in his basement talking shit in his mama's house in a damn rinky-dink microphone with a stupid set behind him. No, that's not me. This is a real deal multimedia one-man entertainment center by the name of Nick Nightmare. And if you want to see it all and you don't want to miss a thing, because this is the biggest weekend of the channel's history. It's our 2nd year anniversary. SummerSlam every year will be our anniversary, because that's when we were born, over SummerSlam week, and it's going to be very special. And you need to make it even more special by becoming one of the proud members of the Sledgehammer Club. And to do that, all you need to do is hit that subscribe button, smash that like button with your imaginary sledgehammers at home, and then share this video with all of your wrestling buddies all over the wrestling world. This way, they too can come on over and join, and we can infect the YouTube wrestling community with the hammer of justice and the biggest, hottest, newest channel in all of YouTube, iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher Radio, and Spotify. Sledgehammer TV, the home of the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. And you guys, this is your home just as much it is mine. Thank you so much for every single one of you that have subscribed during this SummerSlam event. Thank you even more to each and every one of you that have been with me since day one. You guys are fucking awesome. This channel is nothing without you. I can't thank you guys enough for everything you guys do for me. It's absolutely awesome. And get us to 1,000 before Sunday night closes. And if you decide to join, don't forget to pick up your merch, man. We got 2 absolutely beautiful t-shirts for sale. Show your colors proudly. Wear them to your live events. Wear them to your family barbecues. Wear them when you go back to school. Wear them in the dorm room when you're banging the girl that you just picked up from the sorority house. Or if you're a girl, wear yours while you're banging the guy you just picked up from the fraternity house. I'm an equal opportunity bang guy. Talk about it. I don't know what that even means. But now I'll know if you guys watched and how long you watched, because somebody's going to say some shit about that. Hit me up in the comment section below, as it always belongs to you guys. I'm rambling on because I'm excited. We got House of Glory Friday. We got so much coming up this week, and I got to stop rambling so I can hit this video up in the editor and get it up to you guys and see it before Friday morning. So, that being said, my name is Nick Nightmare. This is Thor the Sledgehammer, the official Sledgehammer of Sledgehammer Wrestling Show, and the Wrestling God of Thunder. His partner, my little buddy, and the World Heavyweight Champion of all the microphones in all the world, Mr. Blue, the Snowball Microphone. Hey there, Mr. Blue. We're so glad to be with you. And you, all you motherfuckers in my Sledgehammer Club, thank you guys so very much for being here with me. That is going to do it. We are out of here, and we will see you all weekend long as we review the shit out of everything that we're going to see this weekend. Make sure you're locked in and subscribe so you don't miss a thing. We are out of here. I don't know why the screen didn't just click off, but hey, we're live. I'm not doing anything else. That's it. We are out of here, and we will see you next time right here on the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. Dig it.